Hi, my name is Amy, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about why I'm very excited about your company and the Chief Step Officer position. First of all, I really like the approach of your company. Reading about how you have a personalized approach, and you forgive me as I look at my notes. How you really believe in self-awareness and self-acceptance. That's very important to me, and also the no one size fits all, and creating healthy and sustainable habits. Not some fad thing that people do quickly. So that's what kind of drew me into your company. And I wrote down some notes. I hope you'll forgive me for doing a little bit of reading. Normally I just talk, but this is important enough that I wanted to make sure I got everything down. And I know you're going to get a lot of great applicants for this position. And so I think, though, that I could be a good candidate for you, and so I hope you'll choose mine. I'm really doing this for myself and for my family. And I also want to show the world that if I can do it, really anyone can. I think that my personal circumstances and my openness and willingness to share what I'm going through and what I've been through, and my somewhat dark sense of humor that'll hopefully give everyone a smile now and then, can be really relatable, and maybe that'll inspire someone or empower them to feel like they can take this on too. So here's my story. I'm 58 years old. My job is highly sedentary with long hours and a lot of stress. I recently finished treatment for stage 2 breast cancer. That treatment took a lot out of me, as you might imagine. It took me out of commission for a long time. I spent a lot of time just lying on the couch. It took away both my ability and my energy for exercise. And as a result, I lost a lot of my conditioning and endurance, and I gained a lot of weight, as you probably guess. Now today, I couldn't walk 10,000 steps if you paid me, but maybe 30 days from now, who knows? I wasn't always this way, though. I used to be fit. I used to power walk for 4.5 miles and then go to the gym and lift weights. But for most of us, life happens and those things change. We had stressful jobs, got married, I was unemployed for a little while. I lost people I loved. I got divorced. All the things that are pretty common for many of us. Sometimes life beat me down, but I always came up swinging. People have called me resilient, but that doesn't mean that those things left me unscathed. All of that grief and stress and pressure, some depression and anxiety over the course of many years left me with a lot less energy and motivation to move after a day of sitting in front of a computer for 9 to 10 hours. About 2.5 years ago, I decided to try CrossFit. I thought it might improve my health, my conditioning, and I really rediscovered a passion for exercise that I hadn't found in myself in a long time. I worked with a personal trainer there, and I pushed myself. And I had some really wonderful discoveries that I was stronger than I thought I was, and able to do a lot more and able to push harder than I thought I could. Then Calamity Amy, as I like to call myself, showed up, and I fell during a relatively routine exercise at CrossFit and sprained my ankle really badly. I could barely walk. I had a boot and sometimes used a wheelchair. And it took about 5 months before I could go back to the gym. And the day I went back to the gym, I got COVID. So it took a really long time for me to get back to things. And that was really disappointing because I was finally getting my groove. And I even still feel some pain in my ankle. I felt it today. So sometimes that stops me. You really can't make all this stuff up. And when I finally started to feel better, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's been a few months now since I finished treatment. And every now and then I do start trying to exercise again. And I know that walking is one of the best things I can do for myself, but sometimes it's just really hard to get up. I do some upper body weight training right now with my physical therapist because I had lost the use of my arms and shoulders for the most part. But yeah, I just can't seem to get myself up and walking. In fact, there's a treadmill on the other side of my office door where I sit 9 or 10 hours a day, and I haven't used it in a very long time. I really think that I need this push and that I need some motivation, because walking every day is going to help me, it's going to help my body heal. It's going to help me ward off a recurrence of cancer. It's going to do wonders for my mental health. It'll help me lose weight. It'll help me feel better. And I need all of those things. Now, of course, I'd love the $10,000, who wouldn't? But my health is worth so much more than that. And this past year has taught me that more than anything. This position could help me get so much healthier, and hopefully that will inspire other people who might see something of themselves in me and realize that they're not too old, they're not too fat, they're not too tired, and they're not too unhealthy to give it a try. I'd love the opportunity to lead the way and show people that they can do it too. Thank you very much for considering my application.